What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm JJ Moore with Battalion Airsoft Arena. Today we're going to be doing the speed trigger, one of the best upgrades you can do to a Gen 3 right out the box. And as you can see, I'm all set up and ready to go. Let's do it. So I'm going to have you guys sitting here on the face cam and on the top cam. So let's get for it. Go. We're just about finished. Now we're going to pop out our stock trigger, and we're going to just put that to the side. We don't need the spring or the trigger. Now we're going to take our speed trigger, and we're going to drop it in there. And I will tell you that adjustment on it with the speed trigger can be tricky if you leave your safety lever in. So just keep that in mind, that your adjustment is going to be limited if you keep the safety lever in. And right now this speed trigger is adjusted a little too tight, so I'm going to back it off and get it set where I need it for this build. Always start fresh at 0. Just take both of the screws, back them off so they're not making contact with the frame of the gearbox shell of the gun. Show you real fast, and then you'll see the travel that you have. Now getting it in can be a little tricky. If you do it a lot, it's not that big of a deal. Make sure you're getting full contact with the switch here. This is your micro switch. Like I said, if you leave the safety lever in, you're limited to how far you can adjust because the safety won't go in anymore, as you can see. That's your limit of adjustment right there. So I removed the safeties. Then you got semi, full. It's no big deal. On this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and bump the safety real quick and get this thing knocked out for you guys. That way the speed trigger can be tuned to a T. Don't recommend removing the safety if you don't have good gun safety skills. So I'm going to tell you right now, that is on your own discretion. This is what I do to make it. Actually, you know, there's probably a trick that you could do. You probably could shorten this up a little bit. You could probably grind this a little bit and make the safety still work. It would take a little time. We're not going to get into all that right now, so I'm going to leave my safety out of there because that's how I want mine. You do yours how you like it on your own judgment. Don't do it because I said to do it. All right, now we're going to put our anti-reversal latch and our bevel gear back in and go from there. So let's go ahead and drop it. And you'll see I always, on AEGs, I always turn my sector gear to where my delayer chip and the pickup for the tappet is 90 degrees to me. That means it's going to be facing the front of the replica. If you don't do that, it's going to be super hard to close the gearbox shell, so keep that in mind. All right, I got everything back in. I'm gonna drop my trigger back in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and close my gearbox shell. So keep in mind that getting the anti-reverse latch, the gearing, the tappet, and all that can be tricky. So have a little patience. I'm not gonna lie, it's not something that, if you don't do it every day, it can be kind of aggravating and even disheartening if you try to put it in 3 or 4 times and you can't get it. So don't give up. Trust me, you'll get it. Just keep working at it. It's like, what do they say? Practice makes perfect, huh? And there went my shim. So I'm glad I heard it flop off of there. As soon as the tappet slipped out of my hand, the shim shot out of there. Basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the tappet on top, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to get my tappet in there. It's just a little trick that we do sometimes at the tappet's too tight. You can just take it and push it back with a screwdriver or something, and then push it back with the actual nozzle there. That'll kind of help you get it installed a little bit easier. And it's not working for me either, so speed trigger's wanting to fall out, the tappet's wanting to fall out, so just know that I have troubles too. She's Manetti. This is funny. you go. Sometimes just pushing the nozzle back as you're installing it will help the tap back here. Pin thing off. That way she can't move. Look at that. That trigger's beautiful now. So we got everything set. Speed trigger's in. Go ahead and make sure everything's aligned. Good thing is the gearboxes they use are super, super tough. So if you need to get a little rubber mallet on it, not gonna hurt a thing. These babies are built for modifying, for running them stock and lasting a long time. Literally, I took one out of the box that they sent me. It's a tan one. And I let at least 80 people borrow it in less than 3 months at battalion. And I never, ever had to do anything to it except put Loctite on the motor screw, where you adjust the motor. It come loose one day, and the guy come up and he's like, man, I'm sorry I broke your gun. You could hear it. It's real screechy, like, ring, ring. And it sounded like the gear strip, the bevel gear. Just tighten the motor screw up, put 1 drop of Loctite, send it right back out. With our rentals, because we literally have 118 of these for rentals. So if that don't tell you something, you should know. And I'm telling you, the only thing we do are small repairs to them. And it's crazy, I'm not even trying to convince you guys to buy one. I just want you to try the Gen 3 or the Gen 2. If you tried the Gen 1 and you have a bad taste in your mouth for Lancer, I challenge you to try the Gen 2 or the Gen 3. And then come back to me and let me know what your thoughts are. And let me know what you think about it. And if you don't like it, fine. If you do, just say thank you. You'll find out how easy this really is as soon as you do it, and you'll be thanking me for getting the best replica of your life. And easy to work on. And you always put your screw back in. This is going to keep it from falling out. The pin, you don't want it to fall on the field and then someone else find it, and they're going to put it in their collection. Probably never going to use it, so keep that in mind. Now I'm going to put back my toys, get my 2.5 millimeter, snug that baby up, take my stock, pull down here, just like this, slide it on. Now it's time to tune the speed trigger. It's super easy. You get your Allen screw, go to the front screw first. Well, you could take a lot of slack out of the rear screw, so make sure it's firing. So what I did was I took all my slack out the rear screw until it's still fired. Now you're going to tighten your front screw down slowly until it fires. When it fires, back it off a half turn. Test it. Now you got your speed trigger. Lancer Tactical ain't no joke, boys. Adjust it how you like it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all have a good day.